Welcome back for Financial Tips Tuesday. And this Tuesday, we're going to be talking about a $1 million bet by Warren Buffett. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I did a beach volleyball tournament all weekend. It was super hot, but it was very fun. And hope you guys had a great weekend as well. So, the $1 million Warren Buffett bet. Back in 2008, Warren Buffett put up a bet offer for any hedge fund managers that over a 10-year period, he thought that the S&P 500 would outperform whatever funds or mutual funds or that the hedge fund wanted to invest in. And so there was one hedge fund that took him up on his offer. And so what they did is each Warren Buffett and the hedge fund manager, they both put $640,000 up of their own money. They bought treasury bonds with that money. And over a 10-year period, those treasury bonds, that 640,000 was supposed to turn into $1 million or was scheduled to go to $1 million. The bet was for charity, so whichever person won, the charity that they designated would get the money. So that some good did come out of it. And so Warren Buffett, if you don't know who he is one of the most famous investors. I think he's the seventh richest person in the world right now. And he is the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, which is an active investment company, which is kind of funny that he's betting on passive with the S&P 500. And so the hedge fund managers did take him up on this bet, and it started in 2008, and it went for 10 years. If you think back to what happened in 2008, it was the stock market crash. And so initially that first year, the hedge fund company did outperform. They both lost money, but the hedge fund company lost less. The S&P 500 went down 37%, and the hedge fund managers, the funds that they selected, went down 23.9%. And then from 2009 all the way to 2014, each one of those years, Warren Buffett's S&P 500 pick did outperform the hedge fund managers. And so it took about 4 years for Warren Buffett to get back in the lead on this bet. And then fast forward all the way to 2016, Warren Buffett, so this was 2016 was a year before the bet was supposed to end, so 9 years in, and Warren Buffett averaged 7.1% per year for his returns with the S&P 500, and that was a $854,000 profit. The hedge fund managers averaged 2.2% per year, which was a $220,000 profit return. And later that year, the hedge fund company manager actually conceded and gave up because they knew that they were so far behind, they don't think that they would be able to pull ahead. And so this is kind of going back to the active versus passive investing, which one is better. And it really depends what you believe in. Myself, I'm a big index fund fan. I think controlling your costs and keeping your fees low is something that you are able to do, something that you have control of. Where trying to put that in some hedge funds or actively managed people and hope that they are able to outperform the market, to me, that's some extra risk that I don't want to have. So you have to kind of think about how you feel about things and which area you'd like to put your money when you do invest. Whichever of those two options that you pick, whether it be passive investing or active investing, I would urge you to figure out and know what fees you are paying. I've helped lots of my clients dig in and find fees that they didn't even know they were paying. So in the investment world, some of these fees can be hidden. Some fees can be kind of in the weeds and into the fine details. And so if you don't actually read through everything and dig into it to know what you're paying, then you could be paying a lot more than what you actually think you're going to. So that'd be something to dig into, do on your own if you want help. I love helping people dig into that, so reach out to me, happy to help. When you compare the fees of this $1 million bet, Warren Buffett's S&P 500, he did pick the Vanguard fund, which charges 0.04%. And I don't think they disclose the fees that the hedge funds managers charge, but the average, and I'll put the link in the comments here that I'm getting this information from, but the average kind of standard fees for hedge fund managers is they charge 2% plus they take 20% of the profits. So when you're comparing 2% and 20% of the profits, compare that to 0.04% expense ratio. The hedge fund managers really have to make a much greater return in order to overcome those high fees and still outperform. So I hope that helped, and I hope you guys have a great week.